The top story today is the professional tennis player, Sachia Vickery, who has recently joined OnlyFans because making not making enough money apparently doing tennis. I checked and she only made let's see, $2.1 million so far. Who can live on that? So as she's been making rounds on media, mainstream media, with her clothes on this time, she has doubled down on a lot of statements, including the one that she made recently, claiming that she requires $1,000 deposit in order to go out on a date with her. Let's see what she had to say when she was a guest on the Way Up podcast with Angela Lee.
What's the craziest thing that somebody has said to you?
I think one guy, he wanted me to play a match, and he was like, "Can you send me your underwear, socks, and everything that you use during the match?"
Oh.
And I was like, yeah.
That one.
I was like, that's a little deep.
How
like,
much?
oh yeah, but I know. I was like, let me see how much first, and then
Right,
let me get back.
Exactly. As you can see, she said, "Well, I don't know, but how much? How much?" Easily sells out. And this is essentially the point, how no matter what, no matter how much money a girl can make to provide a good life for her, as you know, a good life, if someone gives her more money to take her clothes off or do all kinds of stuff for men, as long as the price is right, almost every Western woman would turn into a hoe. Yeah. Now, let me play the clip where she actually talks about the $1,000 deposit. And by the way, let me show you. This is not a joke. Like, this is an actual post on her Instagram. As you can see, she says, "I no longer date for free due to the behavior of men. I now first of all, behavior of what men? The men you chose, and what behavior? You are tattooed, nose ringed woman who takes her clothes almost all off on OnlyFans. I'm sorry, what standards do you? Anyway, so she says, I now require a pre-date deposit. Send me $1,000 and we can make it happen. My Cash App and everything. Now, she had to address this on this podcast, so let's see what she had to say about that.
And people were asking me, like, what's your dating life like, and this and that, and I was kind of just like, like I approached 30, and at this point, like, I'm not wasting any more time. Like, now you got to give me a pre-date deposit.
Mm-hmm. So like, it was $1,000.
By the way, this is the classic bullshit from women that a lot of Western men, unfortunately, still for some reason are okay with. A woman wastes her 20s on her career or on fucking around or finding herself or whatever, right? Her best years. Then, as she is approaching 30, is now her 30s, she's thinking, oh shit, I better hurry up and get myself a husband, right? But now I'm going to raise my standards. Well, I'm sorry. Your standards should have been high when you were in your 20s, when your value was high. You can't have your value go down, and especially with tattoos and nose rings and OnlyFans page, but have your requirements go up. That is insane. But let's continue.
Okay, so now talk to us about that, because that was the other part of it that people were talking about, that if they want to take you out on a date, you need a deposit of $1,000. Is that true, or were you trolling?
It was just trolling. It was just fun.
It's not a bad idea.
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was a real thing.
I mean, surprisingly, like, I'm telling you, I've gotten like positive feedback from that. People were like, you know what?
Yeah. So as you can see, the both hosts and the positive feedback from her female audience essentially saying, no, you should absolutely be a hoe and demand $1,000 deposit. But let me tell you something. Obviously, it seems like she was joking, but not really. And the other two hosts agreed. But let me propose something to you, that most Western women do require a deposit to go out on the first date with them, right? It's either the fact that you have to take them out to dinner, or you have to waste a lot of your time talking to them until they even agree to the first date, or you have to drive all the way wherever they are just so they don't have to drive or walk for more than 5 minutes, or all of that together. So every single Western woman, essentially, or almost every single Western woman, is essentially a hoe who requires a deposit to go out on the first date with them. But here's a problem. The reason they do is that a lot of you gentlemen pay up, just like a lot of you pay up for her OnlyFans page. And there she is, which, by the way, as somebody who dated black women for the last 15 years of his time in America and absolutely appreciates a big booty, don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely all for that. So I'm even biased here. But $12.99 per month, or really any money per month to see, by the way, she doesn't do nudes or any of that stuff, right? To see her in a bikini. I mean, are my eyes lying to me? I remember for a girl to make money online, she had to be pretty, or part of her had to be pretty. I mean, are men now paying for literally anything now? Anything that I don't get it, gentlemen. I just don't get it. I mean, what are we doing here? Seriously, you're willing to pay? You know, I pay for Netflix, whatever it is, like that same amount of money or probably less, and I can see much better looking women in the same amount of clothes and plus Dexter. Like what? I'm really lost for words. But let's play one more interview that she gave to New York Post Sports when she said this.
Me personally, I've had a great experience on the platform. It's another side of me. I make really good money doing it.
Another side of you, right? Another side of you who doesn't believe in her own career enough to make money, by essentially shoving your ass in guys' faces. I mean, these are the role models, by the way. These are the role models. And where the fuck is the tennis association or whatever the fuck? I mean, I don't watch tennis, but don't they have some sort of rules where, if a player participates in their event and rankings and all of that stuff, they have to uphold some sort of a moral standard. And, hanging your ass, naked ass over a tennis court net is just not one of them. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what to do. I cover a lot of stories, right, for men. When men get who are athletes, male athletes who get their suspensions for false accusations that they had from women, and they lose their careers. That's what happens to men for no good reason a lot of times. But women can essentially parade around on OnlyFans, and that is absolutely perfectly fine for the standard of that sport. I mean, granted, tennis. I mean, here's the thing. I got to tell you, I thought tennis actually is much more conservative than some other sports. But besides the double standard, she claims that she made just in the first 3 months 6 digits on that platform, right? So let me whip out my calculator and see how many fucking idiots and simps had to sign up for that. So 6 digits means, let's say, just minimum, right? Let's just say 100,000. If she's not lying, right? We're going to divide it by 3 months, right? And then we're going to divide it by $12.99 a month, right? 2,500 of fucking idiots paid for it. Someone's got to explain this to me. I mean, you can see bikini pictures of much better looking women everywhere for free. It is beyond me. But the reason I wanted to cover this story is because at the end of the day, this is the standard for women nowadays. It is being praised that if you become a hoe, as long as you make the money and as long as you double down on that, you go, girl. And again, all of this is sponsored by you, American man, Western man. If there would be nobody paying $12.99 to look at her, this wouldn't even be a conversation, right? I just genuinely, I think if you're a man who subscribes to OnlyFans, now, I'm not against watching porn, by the way. By all means, healthy amount is good for you, especially if it replaces you having to deal with Western women and you decided to walk away. Oh, by all means, go do it. But OnlyFans is different. You are now simping specifically for a particular girl, right? If you have a OnlyFans subscription, gentlemen, you really need to improve yourself and work on yourself. Like I said, you can go to other sites where it's just general, by all means. But when you're giving money specifically to one girl, you have a problem. You're a simp. You need to improve yourself. Don't complain about how bad your dating life is or you can't get laid or all this. You need to improve yourself. And this is what this story is about. That even a professional athlete, female athlete who makes $2.1 million, granted there's plenty of fees that she needs to pay for coaching and traveling and stuff like that, but nevertheless, is feels that her best bet is to walk around half naked in front of a bunch of simps and make money that way. And it looks like she's making even more than before. So let's all think about that. If you want to ditch modern women and move abroad for more traditional relationships, go to themillionmanproject.com, take my most comprehensive course, and change your life.